Your life changed once you start believing in the truth of the one who gave you life. Then you realize that man has no say in who you are. Man has no say in what you will become, but they have power and they have say when you create the way for them to do so. See, once you get over that, that's when you understand and you begin to love yourself, because it no longer matters who doesn't love you, because your sense of worth and identity comes from within you, not from the validation of others. You only begin to doubt when you misplace your morals. You only begin to doubt when you misplace your faith. Then you start hearing everything, and then you will do anything to avoid being labeled something. See, self-love creates a solid foundation of confidence and acceptance, an inner peace that cannot be shaken by external opinions. See, this sense of self-worth is also rooted in the understanding that you are already loved unconditionally by God. Knowing that you are divinely loved and valued reinforces the belief that your worth is inherent and not dependent on how others perceive you. See, when you genuinely love yourself, it's not that you become prideful or delusional, at least you shouldn't. But what it does do is ignite the ability to have the control over your emotions so that you don't make decisions that leave you in a place of regret later. And even though our souls are wired to seek validation to some degree, you begin to recognize your own value and no longer seek the approval of acceptance to feel whole. That means if you hear no, it doesn't mean you're done. It just means it's not for you. And you should just keep going. Your worth remains intact and your identity stays solid regardless of the outcome. You understand that not everyone will appreciate or understand you, and that's okay. Their rejection or their indifference doesn't diminish your worth because you've already accepted yourself fully. And more importantly, the love and the acceptance you receive from God affirm that you are enough just as you are, allowing you to move through life with greater confidence and peace. And let me tell you something, self-love also empowers you to get it right. Self-love empowers you to get right, step out of sight, set boundaries, and attract relationships and friendships and circles of people who are genuinely supportive and that are genuinely about you. You stop tolerating toxic behavior or chasing after people who do not respect you or value you, because you know now and you realize that you have been putting yourself in a position to reject yourself. And let's be honest, they gave you the signs that this was coming. Because when you are truly committed to taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you naturally reject anything or anyone that contradicts the love, the peace, and the respect that you give yourself. Don't be fooled. Because if a situation or a relationship arises that disrupts your soul, your mind, and your spirit, or doesn't align with who you are and how you treat yourself, you won't allow it to take root in your life. Do you hear me? You won't let it. Your standards for how you are treated are a reflection of the care and love you have cultivated within. Ultimately, when you love yourself, you free yourself from who they call you and the negative words you have spoke upon yourself that you now believe. Be careful what you say. That's why it's so hard for you to shake things off. That's why it's so hard for you to shake some people off. That's why it's so hard for you to really get right in your mind, because your pain and your doubt or where you lay your head at every night, hurting. So you keep coming back to who you say you are. Woo, come on now. God is your true source of love. God is your true source of acceptance. God is your true source of encouragement. Grounded in that truth that his love is constant and unwavering. This divine assurance, y'all, allows you to live authentically and unapologetically in the space that love or approval of others becomes a bonus, not a necessity, because you are already whole in him. You're already loved in him, and you're already enough in him.